And I think one of the things which I will say about business owners is that there's so many skills within being, as you talked about, being an entrepreneur and being a business owner, that actually are great life skills for our children. And actually having that conversation around the dinner table. So we talk about, there's nothing worse than having had a bad conversation with a client. But my boys have the same conversation with their friends. Yeah, they fall out with their friends, and
it's
relationships, isn't it? And they're looking at looking at me saying, well, how do I handle the challenges that I find? And I'm looking at them going, I know you're looking at me. They look at me the way I look after my dad. They look at all those things. They're looking, and we need to model. This is the bit we need to model for our children what we want them to. And that means if you have a business, you can have a business and have a great family life. It's not an either or.
That can backfire, though. I've got to tell you a story, right? So yesterday, I'm sitting down with Charlotte. Charlotte has got to do a presentation on dystopian literature for her A-level. I've got to do a presentation on dystopian novels. So like 1984 and Brave New World and The Giver. And I love dystopian fiction.
Oh, The Giver, I know.
The Giver's good. The Giver's good. The one that you want to read, if you, which is just an absolutely amazing insight into, it was written in the 70s, but really insightful about the way that actually culture has moved forward. They're quite insightful, some of these dystopian novels, because they do sort of foreshadow things that have happened since, particularly Big Brother and stuff like that. But yeah, so I like dystopian fiction. So I got really excited and said, oh, you're amazing, you're doing a presentation on dystopian fiction. Sorry, one thing I want to mention, Fahrenheit 451 is the book that by Ray Bradbury, is an amazing story.
I know the name.
Yeah, so that's worth watching. So anyway, Charlotte says to me, I need to do this presentation on dystopia. Can I show it to you? And I was like, yeah, of course. I mean, I'm happy to help if I can. She went, I've done it on Teams. I've collaborated with some other members of my class. We've all put stuff in. They've got a shared workspace, and so they're learning these team working skills as part of their education. Plug the laptop into the TV so she can present it properly and just show me. And it was a bit text heavy. It was to be fair to her. Bless her. She's only 17. She doesn't present that much. It was a bit death by PowerPoint.
Right. Okay.
And my feedback was actually more images, less story. More images, less text. Let's illustrate. Show not tell. That sort of stuff we learn when we talk about our own businesses. And then I went off on a tangent, Raymond, and just took over the presentation, right? So it was like, right, this is what you do. You go, imagine a world where books are burned and like all this sort of stuff. She went, it's a bit cheesy, Dad. I don't want to do that. And I was like, okay. She went, I think I'll stick with my one. And I was like, when you've overstepped the line a bit. That was me. So I think bringing your business skills to home is important, and a bit of enthusiasm is important. Sometimes your kids don't want it, do they?
No, they definitely don't want it. They definitely don't. And it's a bit like when you coach and it's like, you're not coaching me, are you? No, of course I'm not. Don't be silly. Why would I do something silly like that? Well, don't, because I don't need it.
Why are you asking that question again?
Yeah.
Why was the question again?